Hi friends, welcome to Vaibhava English Academy. Today I am taking a very tiny portion from linguistics. That is the difference between human communication and animal communication. So this particular topic, human communication and animal communication, forms a part of language and linguistics which is prescribed for students of Calicut University. Okay, we all know to describe human communication and just tell about animal communication is very easy, but then when it comes to all the points and when it comes to the details, you see it becomes difficult. That is why a small session is required. Okay, so let us quickly see what is human communication and what is animal communication and what are its attributes. Coming to the first attribute, it is duality. Duality means the dual nature. In human communication, when we speak, the sounds produce some meaning. So, human communication has sounds and meaning. It can be grouped and regrouped into units of meanings. For example, if I am saying about carrot, okay, when I say carrot, it can refer to the vegetable carrot, it can refer to the measurement of gold in carrots. Yes. And when it comes to animal communication, it is unitary. If some goat is saying baba or mama, it has just one meaning. It doesn't have, different layers of meaning. Whereas when humans are speaking, there are so many layers of speaking. So many contexts are hidden in one particular word. There is so many concealment. So one has to find out in which context which meaning is apt. Okay. So that is the duality point. Coming to the next point, that is productivity. Okay, as the name suggests, human language is capable of generating new messages on novel level. Okay, even in human languages, even fantasy and fiction is written. So many novels are written, so many works are written. So if one particular word is given, it is productive enough of generating new meanings and new levels of meaning. With advancement of technology, even newer words are coming into our vocabulary. So our vocabulary is growing, our works of literature are growing. Therefore, human language is productive, whereas animal communication is natural. Coming to arbitrariness. Arbitrary, that means variation, okay, variety. So in human communication, there is a variety of meaning for a given word, just as I said the example of carrot. Or if we take yet another word, whichever, okay, for example, we take the word read, okay. When I'm saying just read, it refers to the verb reading, and if I'm saying read, reed, it refers to the plants. Okay, just one word has given many meanings. That is just an example in point. But human language is arbitrary. That means it can undergo variations, whereas animal communication is iconic. It is just the same, it remains the same. Okay, example given here is of bee dance. We all know that bees dance in a particular way to show other bees where honey is stored. Using that bee movement, other bee community come to understand where honey is stored. So animal communication is iconic, whereas human communication is arbitrary. Okay, coming to displacement. Displacement means removing from one place, displacing it from one place. Human communication can contextualize into any given situation or place of imagination. We can sit here, maybe I am sitting in India and I can talk to you about Australia. I can talk to you about Europe. Okay, I might be sitting here, I might be experiencing something, but I might be capable of telling you many different things. For example, uh, hunger. Okay, or let us think about we Thomas More has written about utopia. Utopia is a place where nowhere exists. Okay, so sitting on this earth, we might be talking about other planets, we might be writing about other planets. That is how human communication is. You can be in one place, but your thoughts might be displaced from far away, far-fetched thoughts you can bring to your communication. You can bring and convey it through your ideas. So that is the specialization of human communication. There is displacement, whereas animal communication is context bound. If one cow is talking to other cow, it just that is context bound. They cannot think about other worlds. They cannot think about some other context. Okay, coming to the next point, specialization. Human beings can communicate without living in them. For example, I might be full, but I can describe hunger. I might be very poor, but then I can feel how rich, wealthy people feel. Okay, so that is the difference. In human communication, you can communicate without feeling them. Okay, here in animal communication, needs stimulus to trigger communication. Okay, if something should happen, an event should happen, only then the stimuli comes. Some reaction, some action should take place, only then reaction comes in animal communication. Whereas in human communication, a stimulus is not needed. Stimulus is something to invoke you, to provoke you. Without even provoking or without even knowing what it is, human communication encompasses every aspect of imagination. Yes, moving to the next slide. Interchangeability. Okay, the role of speaker and listener can be interchanged in human communication. What happens when we speak in groups, or when we speak in meetings, be it if you are talking to your friends, what happens? First you speak, the other person listens, then the other person speaks, you listen. So the role of speaker and listener keeps on changing. If one person is talking to the crowd and the crowd is answering back, again the speaker and listener roles change. In animals, male and females possess certain calls. If we take the example of birds, we all know during the mating time and all, what happens? Certain birds have certain calls. For example, cuckoo bird. Yes, when it is known that when the female bird is laying eggs, the male bird produces different variety of sounds to have attraction of other birds, so that cuckoo bird can lay nest in the crow's nest. Right. So that was just an example. Males and female animals possess certain calls. Other than that, there is no interchanging of speaker and listener. Okay. Cultural transmission. We all know that humans learn language through cultural transmission. And from one generation to another, culture is passed. We all say we belong to India, this is our culture. Or somebody says, if I am from America, this is my culture. So cultural transmission is possible through human language. And it is vice versa also, the relationship. Culture is transmitted through language, and language is transmitted through culture. Yes, when a baby is born, that is I mean Indians especially, they bring up the children in such cultural environment. So what happens? First the child learns the culture, then the child grabs the language, and vice versa. Once he knows the language, he knows the culture. Yes, in animal communication, it is just biological function, nothing to do with culture. Okay, we all know the difference, but then we all know what human communication is, what animal communication is. But when we are asked to point out certain differences, then these points become essential. Here comes the role of linguistics. When we are studying about language and its usage and its origin and development, that forms the field of linguistics. Yes, let's quickly go through these differences also. Um, uh, Human language versus animal communication. Okay, human language is unlimited and infinite. Yes, we have, as we have previously described, using language we can do anything. For example, if you take the time travel novels and all, just imagine people have produced something called time machine, which can take you to one era from another. Yes, so definitely, just like that, our human language is also unlimited and infinite. Animal communication is limited and finite. One particular animal can talk to another animal in one particular surrounding. Whereas we are using technology, and our speech and our expression have grown infinite. Okay, human language is an open system. Okay, with lots of meaning, with lots of possibility of generating even more meanings and ideas. Whereas animal communication is closed system. Okay, human language is modifiable. We all know with each growing year, what happens? A new word gets added to all languages vocabulary, all living languages. Why do we call living languages? Because it keeps on growing, right? Animal communication is not modifiable, and human language is flexible. Yes, we sometimes take from other languages. For example, this word rasam. Rasam found its way into Oxford Dictionary. Yes, so we keep on taking from and even IO. The word IO is found in Oxford Dictionary. Yes, so just like that, we lend and also take loan from other languages and enlarge our vocabulary. Whereas animal communication is inflexible. Human communication is non-intrusive. Okay, and animal communication is instinctive. That is, the animal knows. Once, see, when a human child is born, the child slowly learns its language through the surrounding. Whereas when an animal is born, it already has its language or the mode of communication. Okay, so this is instinctive. Coming to human language, it is acquired. That's a skill. So a human baby learns a language. It is acquired. Animals have inherited their sounds. Human language is recurrent, and animal communication is repetitive. Okay, the same, is just repeated. Okay, human language has grammaticality. We have grammar. We have lots of rules are followed in each and every language. Whereas in animal communication, no grammar. Human language is cognitive and behavioral. Cognitive, related to the brains, related to psychology. So when we utter something, or if we say a sentence, that has to be associated with in which particular context the sentence is produced. Only then we can grab the entire meaning. Okay, animal communication is just behavioral. Human language can be descriptive and narrative. The biggest example is we have lots of epics and literature. We have n number of books. That is because human language is descriptive and narrative, whereas animal communication, it is non-descriptive and non-narrative. Okay, in human language we find region-wise differences. For example, if we need not go outside one particular state. For example, say Tamil Nadu. If you take Tamil Nadu, you have Coimbatore Tamil, you have Chennai Tamil, you have Madurai Tamil, just the dialects, region-wise dialects. If we take Kerala, we have one particular dialect in Kozhikode region, some other dialects or the form of speech in the Kottayam region. Yes, so it varies from region to region. Human languages vary from region to region, and in animal communication, no region-wise difference. Okay, human language is full of creativity, whereas animal communication is bereft of creativity. Thank you so much.